Okay, so today we're going to learn how to simplify complex fractions. And a complex fraction is just a fraction that has another fraction in its numerator and or denominator. So we're going to pause the video for a second so you can write down the 3 steps on how we're going to start to simplify something like number 1. Okay, so to start simplifying this, we need the common denominator in the numerator. So we're going to think of just the top as a problem by itself. So the common denominator is a 3. So I need that on the top and bottom. So simplifying the top, I'm going to have x minus 12. Now on the bottom, my common denominator is going to be an x. So that's the denominator. Then we're going to have 5x plus 1. So now to divide fractions, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the denominator. So there's my numerator to start, and I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of the denominator here. So then as a last step, is there anything I can reduce? I don't see any common factors. So my numerator is x times x minus 12. My denominator is 3 times 5x plus 1. Okay, so we're going to follow the same steps. We're going to try another one. Okay, we'll give you a second to copy that one down. Pause the video. So my numerator, now that we're going to start solving this, is already one fraction. So I have to do a common denominator just on the bottom. So looking at these fractions, this one needs an x plus 2, and this one just needs an x. I'm going to rewrite my numerator. Denominator, the common denominator of the denominator is x times x plus 2. Now on the top, x times 1 is x, and now 2 times x plus 2, I'm actually going to distribute to that. And now in my next step, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the denominator. So this piece goes here. And now the top, what I'm going to condense that to be 3x plus 4. So I took x and 2x, and that's how I got my 3x. Now before I actually multiply, I see that this factor can cancel with this factor. So my final answer is 2x over 3x plus 4. Okay, so we're going to try 3 more. So what we're going to do now is pause the video, and I want you to do 3 and 4 on your own. I'm going to get 5, so actually I want you to try 3, 4, and 5. And then once you've simplified and answered these 3 problems, we'll resume the video and I will show all my work. Okay, so for number 3, the numerator already has a common denominator. So I just need to get my denominator of the complex fraction to have a common denominator. So this piece needs an x minus 1. And the top piece needs an x minus 1. This over here needs an x. So when I start to simplify, I'm going to rewrite my numerator. Common denominator on the bottom. And on the top I've got 4x plus x minus 1. So now we're going to multiply. So here's the reciprocal. And then as I write my the denominator here, I'm going to do 4x plus x is 5x minus 1. These can cancel each other out. And we are left with 2x over 5x minus 1. Okay, so let's try number 4. Okay, my numerator already has one fraction, so now I have to combine the bottom to be one fraction. The common denominator is going to be x minus 4 times x plus 1. So this needs the x minus 4, and this one needs an x plus 1. So I'm going to rewrite the numerator. Now on the bottom here, 1 times x plus 1 plus 3x minus 12. I'm going to take this positive 3 and distribute it. Okay, so now we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. And as I flip this, I'm going to combine these, my like terms there. It's 4x minus 11. These x minuses 4 cancel. Then nothing else can condense or combine. So, as a final answer, did you get 3 times x plus 1 all over 4x minus 11? Okay, so I'm going to do 5 on the next page so I have enough room. Now in this case, the denominator already has one term. We just have to fix the numerator. This piece needs an x minus 1 on the top and bottom. But I want you to be really, really careful because of the subtraction. This negative 3, well, let me actually rewrite it before. It's minus 3 times x minus 1. So when you distribute, this whole negative has to go to both pieces. So we have 6 minus 3x plus 3 all over 3 over x. So now when I rewrite my numerator, oh, I forgot the denominator. Oops. Gotta add a piece here. Sorry about that, guys. It's 6 minus 3, all of that, all over x minus 1. Okay, so now in the next step, when I distribute this negative, I got 6 minus 3x plus 3 all over x minus 1. Okay, so when I go to multiply by the reciprocal, I'm going to combine these like terms, and I get 9 minus 3x over x minus 1 times x over 3. Well, I notice here that 9 minus 3x has a greatest common factor, so I'm going to factor out the 3. combine this all to one fraction. And then because I factored out that 3, these two 3's can cancel. And our final answer is x times 3 minus x all over x minus 1. So hopefully this is what you got as your final answer. Okay, so here's a multiple choice question for you to try. We're going to pause the video as soon as I get this all the way up here. So what is the simplified form of this fraction? 5 choices, so we're going to pause the video for you to try this problem. Okay, so you should have gotten D as your answer. So let's see how I got that. The numerator is already okay. Now for the bottom, this piece needs a 2, and this piece needs an x minus 3. So when I start to simplify, now here, I'm going to have as the bottom 2 times x minus 3, and on the top, x times x minus 3 minus 2. And then we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. We have x over x minus 3. The numerator, the denominator here becomes the numerator here. And then I'm going to distribute this x, because I notice all my answers have a quadratic in them. It doesn't have it in factored form. So this x minus 3 can cancel with this one. And on the top, I'm left with 2 times x, which is 2x. And my denominator is x squared minus 3x minus 2. And that is choice D. So now, depending on how much time is left in class, start your homework. Both are in your packet. And we will go over that tomorrow.